There are moments when we know nothing will ever be the same again. But every story begins before it's told, with a vision, quiet at first, but step by step it grows, until it becomes a peak you can see, something you can define. Now it's time to give that vision a name.
Good evening, everybody, to our guests with us tonight, and of course for those joining us via live stream. Welcome to the world premiere of Škoda's new flagship, the Škoda Peaq. Well, today we are at the French-Swiss border of the Téléphérique de Salève, and as always with Škoda, we are going to take you somewhere rather special. Our cable cars here will lift us up to the spectacular peak of Mont Salève, where there are breathtaking views of Lake Geneva and the Mont Blanc Massif. It is known as Geneva's balcony, and it is the perfect spot for any explorer. And whilst we are surrounded by some of the most beautiful peaks in the world, there's only one in particular that we all want to see. So let's start our journey to discover the new Škoda Peaq. To tell us more, please welcome to the stage Škoda's member of the board for sales and marketing, Martin Jahn.
Good evening.
Martin, welcome. What an amazing place. What made you choose such an inspiring location?
Well, so as long as and as soon as we gave this beautiful car the name Peaq, it was clear to us that we have to launch it at a peak, and this one was great because they also let us brand the cable cars to Škoda CI.
Well, it's certainly a fabulous place. Now, a lot of performance involved in this, and I believe that 2026 has been a very good year for Škoda so far. Tell us some insights.
Absolutely. We've been riding the wave. We are number 2 in Europe. Elrock is the second most sold car in Europe. In BEV segment, Enyaq is number 5. And we are doubling our electric portfolio with Epiq and Peaq now. So great year for us.
Well, that's impressive. So how did the Peaq project get started? And why did you develop the 7S in particular?
So first of all, we have a long history with 7-seaters. You can see the beautiful Popular from the 30s here. That was the first one. And then 4 years ago, we did a project at the Vision 7S. Customers loved it, so we brought the car.
Well, it sounds like Škoda is really listening to its customers and giving them what they want. And what are your expectations for the Peaq?
Well, it's a car that will elevate the brand again to its peak performance. It's a car that's really beautiful, comfortable, brings the latest technology, and I'm sure it will attract new customer groups to Škoda.
Well, I certainly believe that as well. And how important will the Peaq be for Škoda in general?
Well, this is our new flagship. This is the largest, most luxurious, the most technologically advanced car. So it's extremely important, especially now when the markets are steering more towards electric vehicles in all of Europe. The car is just coming at the right time. Absolutely.
Well, it's clearly going to be a major star of the Škoda product range. We'll be seeing some of the many highlights of the car a little later on. Do you have any favorite features yourself?
I have many, but I was told that we have to keep this short. So I have to say that the beautiful interior with the lounge chairs and with the Sonos sound system is really a highlight. It's something new for Škoda. And we say it's lounge on wheels. I would say it's music lounge on wheels with the Sonos system.
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing that. Thank you, Martin, for sharing those exciting insights about the Peaq and what is looking like a great year for Škoda. Now, let's talk about the Tour de France. It's not just the world's greatest cycle race, it is one of the biggest sporting occasions on the planet. And it's an event which Škoda Auto has been a key partner of for over 2 decades. Let's take a quick look and see how Škoda is involved. Well, what an amazing what an amazing partnership. Martin, what does cycling mean to Škoda?
Well, cycling means a lot because the company actually started with a bike production more than 130 years ago. And over time, recently, we focused on cycling as our main sport for sponsoring and marketing activities. We have our own platform. We love cycling, so it's not only about Tour de France, but it's also supporting young people with cycling and supporting our customers with cycling. Plus, we have the great partnerships like Tour de France, La Vuelta, UCI, gravel and mountain bike world championship. So cycling is extremely important for us.
It is, and I certainly love the way Škoda has remained loyal to its cycling heritage. And it's a partnership that goes beyond conventional branding. So tell us some of the activities that you do with the Tour de France, for example.
Well, our partnership started in 2004, and I think we became part of Tour de France family. We just want to make sure that the team has the great cars always ready to go. We are very proud to have the red director's car. We use Tour de France as launch platform for our new products. So we believe we became part of Tour de France family, and Tour de France is part of Škoda family.
Well, you're certainly a fan because I've seen you a few times at the Tour cheering on the riders. Do you have a favourite winner from the Tour de France the last few years?
Yeah, who could that be? Maybe Chris Froome?
Excellent choice.
Yeah.
Why don't we have a word with Chris Froome? Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for Chris Froome. Oh, here he is.
Hi.
Well, Chris, it's a fantastic honour to have you here. There you go. And 7 stage wins, 59 yellow jerseys, and 4 overall victories. You are one of the greatest legends of the Tour de France and regarded as one of the best cyclists in history. And, well, there's one memorable performance from one of those victories, isn't there? That well, things didn't quite go to plan. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
I think you're referring to what happened on the slopes of Mont Ventoux. Yeah, that was a crazy day. I was heading for the finish with 2 other guys at the front of the race, and the next moment we were all on the floor, and my bike was broken just over 1 kilometer from the finish line. And at that point, I just went into autopilot mode and just carried on the only way I knew, which was by foot, running.
Well, that's a simply clever solution to a very complex problem, I have to say. It's one of the most incredible moments in Tour de France history. Well, Martin, Chris isn't just here as a cycling icon. He's actually Škoda's new cycling ambassador. What made you decide to choose Chris?
Well, we believe that Chris basically embodies the Škoda values. First value is human, and as you can see, he has a charming personality. Second value is being simple, and we appreciate how humble he stayed despite his fantastic track record and surprising. I mean, if finishing the Mont Ventoux etape running, if that is not surprising, I don't know what is. So he's a great fit to us, and I'm extremely honored to have him on board.
Well, that's high praise indeed. Welcome to the Škoda family, Chris. Tell us, what does Škoda mean to you?
For me, Škoda has always been incredibly close to cycling. As long as I can remember watching the Tour de France and the biggest races on TV, and then, of course, throughout my career, Škoda was front and center in the limelight and there every time you watch the race. So. But what I really love about Škoda is not only are they about the limelight and the Tour de France, but they also support cycling from the grassroots level, the young talents, all the way up until the professional ranks. I think that's really special.
Absolutely. Well, as Škoda's cycling ambassador, you're not just here as a spectator today. We need you back in the saddle to lead our peloton up to the peak, of course. Now, it's pretty tough route up there. Chris, maybe let's have a look at a video and you can tell our peloton exactly what awaits them on the route up to the peak. Here we go.
Okay, so guys, let's take a good look at this. We've got 1 or 2 kilometers to spin the legs, warm up a little bit, And then the fun really starts. As you can see on the profile there, it starts getting a little bit red. That means your legs are going to start hurting. And as we go higher and higher, we get up through Monetier, close past Monet, and then that's when things get really real. It's going to be super steep towards the top. We're going to have to work hard, but we're going to get there.
Well, it certainly looks tough, but thankfully, Chris, you won't be riding alone. Martin, tell us about our peloton today, who's going to be riding with Chris.
We, of course, have lots of Škoda fans. We have journalists, influencers. We have some of our employees, people who are engaged in We Love Cycling. And more importantly, lots of brave people who do not care the weather and try to keep up with Chris Froome in this crazy steep drive. So appreciate you being here and good luck riding up. As you can see, a simply clever solution. We ordered some clouds. It's better for you. You won't sweat too much, and it's better for photography as well. So enjoy.
Thank you.
Sounds like great fun. Well, thank you, Martin, and thank you, Chris. We will see you at the starting line. Chris, you're going to be leading our peloton with the Peaq, and Martin, you're going to have the honor of dropping the flag to wave them off on our grand depart. Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Away they go. Let's give a big cheer for our riders. They have a long road ahead up to the Peaq. Good luck, everybody. Fantastic. Well, Martin, what was it like waving them off? The Peaq leading our peloton up to the top.
Yeah, it was cool. I was happy I was not on the bike.
Absolutely. Well, it's time that we all made our way up to the peak of Mont Salève. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you up there very shortly. Thank you.
Okay. See you up there.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mont Salève, where the Škoda Peaq is about to be revealed. But before we lay eyes on the car, just take a look around you and at the extraordinary views everywhere. We have the Teleferique station, which was built in 1932 and is an architectural landmark. Behind me, Lake Geneva stretches as far as the eye can see. And well, behind you, we have the Alps, the full panorama with Mont Blanc right at the center. Well, our peloton is still on the road, which gives me the perfect opportunity to take you behind the scenes of the Peaq's development. The Tour de France is a perfect metaphor for what it takes to build a car like this. It's not a sprint by a single rider. It is a multi-stage effort that demands a whole team of specialists, each playing their part to perfection. So in the spirit of the Tour, let's go through the different stages of the Peaq's development that make the final result a winning one. We begin with stage 1, the foundation that makes clever design possible.
The all-new Škoda Peaq will be the largest and most spacious car in the brand's lineup. Curious to know just how big? Well, it's currently a camouflage prototype, but I'd be more than happy to show you. But just having a big car isn't enough. You need to be clever when you're designing the exterior and interior proportions in order to maximize the interior space. Because that's one of the key advantages of Škoda cars.
The goal is to create the maximum spacious of the car in its class. That is one of the core Škoda value. What is fixed is the wheelbase of the platform. What we can play with is the front and rear overhang and also the width and height of the car. We start with the front seat. We are sitting higher and closer to the steering wheel. The distance between the driver's seat and the second row is almost 6 centimeters greater. In the back, passengers have 4 centimeters more headroom. The seating position in the third row is significantly more comfortable. That was one of our goals. But after all, we have to discuss it with the design and the aerodynamic.
To design a big car, you want to make it stretch, to make it elegant. So we can play with few design features to really prolongate the silhouette of the car. So I'm going to show you here. We have this main body line, which connects the front from the rear to the car. We have quite generous body side here with the small windows, and we wanted to play with, of course, this line to drop it lower around the wheel arch to sit really the car and to make it very low looking.
With the Peaq, you can look forward to a majestic car with exceptional interior space. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. We'll have more advantages for you soon.
So you see, the Peaq isn't just a spacious electric SUV. It is a holistic system of solutions, creating a sense of confidence, comfort, and safety. And the chassis is there holding everything together. A smart, solid body structure in which every element has a precise job. Think of it like a professional cycling team, a highly coordinated unit where sprinters, climbers, and the domestiques each have a defined tactical role. No weak links, no wasted effort, a combination of strength, strategy, and the performance to deliver the best possible result. Now let's see stage 2 of our Tour de Peaq.
Do you know what is one of the most crucial ingredients needed to build a good car? It's a cleverly designed body structure. That's because it mainly affects the safety and comfort. And that's exactly the type of body that the Škoda Peaq has. Let's take a closer look.
The body combines materials with varying level of strength and thicknesses to best protect the occupant while effectively managing the energy of the impact. Some parts must remain as strong as possible. Others are designed to absorb energy in controlled manner.
The Peaq's rear doors are the largest in its class, which is a dream come true for passengers, but a big challenge for our engineers.
Large door openings place extremely demands on the skeleton strength. We had to optimize the body structure so that the car would maintain high torsional stiffness despite the exceptionally spacious rear entry.
A long wheelbase and a rigid frame are a good foundation for one more thing: good handling. And the Peaq handles great. There are two key advantages to having an electric platform: high rigidity and a lower center of gravity.
High torsional rigidity allows the chassis to operate much more precisely. Thanks to this, the Peaq feels stable, comfortable, and natural despite the car's size and weight.
The higher weight of an electric vehicle places entirely new demands on the chassis.
The goal was to balance comfort, stability, and body control, so that the Peaq feels light, smooth, and confident in every situation.
With the Peaq, you can't see all the work that's been done, but you can feel it with every kilometer. And its confidence, and its comfort and safety, and how solid and natural it feels. The Škoda Peaq, engineered to the last detail.
Well, I'm sure our peloton is wishing for a similar feeling of effortless lightness as they hit the steeper slopes of the 14-kilometer climb up here to join us. But ergonomics and comfort matter just as much on 4 wheels as they do for our cyclists on 2. The Peaq isn't simply a means of getting from A to B. It is a lounge on wheels, a space for relaxation, focus, or simply switching off. And such a premium level of comfort doesn't come from a single feature. It emerges from an entire ecosystem of smart solutions. Space, light, atmosphere, and technology all working together in harmony. So let's commence stage 3 and visit a space you can truly feel, and a place that you want to stay in.
As an electric car, the Peaq has a lot more to offer than just a quiet ride. It's been designed to be a modern lounge space. Every detail in the interior was created to give a sense of open and calm space. From the largest rear doors in its class to the space in the 3rd row. And there's just one more thing. The largest sunroof Škoda has ever made, which is absolutely beautiful for the passengers. With a single touch, Peaq transforms into a relaxation zone. The car adapts to you. not the other way around. The Škoda Peaq isn't just a vessel for travel. It's a space where you want to spend time.
Comfort during long trips is not just about soft seats. Proper body support, ergonomics, and minimizing fatigue during long trips are important.
Every detail in the interior has a specific purpose, which means suddenly charging time becomes quality time. The atmosphere of the interior can change with a single touch. And it is light that fundamentally changes the feel of the entire space.
Wow, that feels like home, doesn't it? But in order to achieve the best results, we need to step out of the comfort zone, quite literally, and talk about something that our cyclists will tell you can be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. I am talking about air. Anyone who has ever cycled into a headwind will know exactly what I mean. You're giving everything and yet you feel like you're standing still. Aerodynamics is about working with the air, not against it. Finding the smart solutions and refining every tiny detail. And the Tour de France riders and bicycle manufacturers spend valuable time in wind tunnels, finding gains by creating a smooth airflow through the air. Now, in cycling, those gains translate to greater speed whilst conserving precious energy. But in an electric car, it means maximizing range. Stage 4 demonstrates the efforts made to take us to the peak of efficiency.
This is the Škoda Peaq, and quite possibly the peak of how a large SUV can work with air. And why is that actually important? Because aerodynamics today isn't just about speed. It affects energy consumption, range, and the cabin's acoustic comfort. Even though the Peaq is large and spacious, it has a similar aerodynamic drag force to this board. It's an engineering miracle. Let's see how the aerodynamicists achieve this. The aerodynamic design starts right here at the front. The clean lines where the front mass meet the side panels really helps. And these air curtains are large and exceptionally effective. They help smooth the air around the front wheel, which helps reduce drag.
The front wheels generate strong air swirls. The integrated air curtain guides the airflow cleanly around them, which results in lower aerodynamic drag. It contributes to better efficiency and longer range. By integrating its inlet closer to the grille, the bumper corner stays clean, in line with the modern solid design. Each individual solution brings a small improvement, but it's the sum of hundreds of details that delivers this level of efficiency and range.
Aerodynamics isn't just a standout feature here. It's literally everywhere. Minimal edges, integrated handles, minimal disruption, and minimal aerodynamic noise inside.
For instance, the side mirror clearly demonstrates how its shape influences aerodynamic drag, wind noise, and how quickly the mirror gets dirty while driving.
From an aerodynamic perspective, the rear is key, and the Peaq has a sophisticated solution here.
The roof spoiler, together with other wheel elements, shapes and controls the wake, the airflow behind the vehicle. Thanks to close collaboration with the design team, it has a refined 3D look that combines low aerodynamic drag and a modern look. It's another piece of the aerodynamic puzzle that helps deliver more efficient driving and longer range.
This perfect combination of space and first-class aerodynamic efficiency means two important things: maximizing range and a quiet cabin for the crew. Sounds clever, right?
Remarkable, isn't it? The level of engineering that goes into something as invisible as airflow. But aerodynamics really is just one piece of a much larger puzzle. Because once the Peaq has mastered the air outside, the question becomes what is happening on the inside. And how does our flagship of space and efficiency use technology to truly make it a car of the future? In cycling terms, this is where the team car plays its part, packed with every tool, equipment and support item that the riders could possibly need. In stage 5, we see clearly that Škoda does not make compromises. So let's dive deeper into the Peaq's technology with our head of technical development, Dr. Henrys SKODA.
This car, honestly, I'm very proud of. It's the Škoda Peaq, our flagship, and I think it deserves that title. It's filled with state-of-the-art technology up to the smallest details. Like these door handles, flush and completely smooth, which helps improve the car's aerodynamics. It deploys electrically, but in any reason, there's also fully manual backup. Simply pulling the handle releases the lock mechanically. Inside you get a 13.6-inch vertical display, clear and intuitive. And an augmented reality head-up display that puts navigation right into focus. But honestly, my personal highlight is this: the panoramic sunroof with dynamic shade control. The largest glass roof in Škoda car ever, the tinting adjusts automatically. You get the light and the openness without the heat and without the glare. We really developed the Peaq as a lounge on wheels. There's a foldable table in the center console, relaxed seats with footrest and pneumatic massage, the sound by Sonos. So even after a long drive, you arrive refreshed. Additionally to this large interior space, you have 935 liters in the trunk. Plus, 37-liter trunk up in the front. This is a Škoda after all, and the ultimate Peaq in spaciousness. And one more thing, it not only has a range of over 600 kilometers, but it can also act as a charger for your devices or even your e-bike. But now let's have a look at the evolution of the Peaq. That was a long journey. We started with a prototype and went out into the real world to break it. On purpose, desert heat, Arctic cold, thousands of kilometers on gravel, dust, stone chipping. If something was going to fail, we wanted it to fail on our watch, not on yours. Every issue we found was a gift, because it meant we could fix it, optimize it, make it better, and then go test it again. 3.5 years of testing, refining, testing again, from the very first prototype to what you are looking at right now. The Peaq isn't just finished. It's ready for you to explore.
Amazing. 3.5 years of testing, hundreds of thousands of kilometers, every detail refined until exactly right. What you've just heard is the story of a car built not just to impress on paper, but to deliver on the road every single day. And speaking of delivering, all of that engineering excellence needs to be wrapped in a form worthy of the Peaq name, because a flagship has to look the part too. Well, in the Tour de France, the final stage into Paris is the most iconic, the moment that everything comes together and the winner is revealed on the podium against a stunning backdrop. Stage 6 is our Paris, the final stage, design.
Here it is, the new Škoda flagship, the Peaq. The Peaq is not just a statement in technology and size, but also in design. Martin, the car looks like the show car.
Actually, it started as a show car in year 2022 when we introduced our concept Vision 7S together with our modern solid strategy.
Modern solid is really cool. So the values are?
Solid, functional and authentic.
And I see this solidity, especially also here on the front fender. So the way the wheel sits in there, it's really good. We see just a few lines, very clean surfaces with a super nice shape. So, and also here, this wheel arch is cool because we have this square here and around there, so it fits good, and it's, I think, also good for aerodynamics, right?
Exactly. We extend the aerodynamic for our range as much as possible.
And this is good for the customer?
Definitely.
Okay, let's have a look at the rear. This is stunning view of this car.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of the car. Such a wide boot entrance, the shut line hidden in the graphic.
I like this. I like the simplicity and also the slim elements here that we have.
And with this T-shape, it's very recognizable as well.
What I also like is this solid depots, because this is also something that's very cool for Škoda, with this more upright line and this dynamic line, so this is also very distinctive, I would say.
Yeah, very recognizable, and I think it supports as well the super long stretch roof line, so it's a good balance between. Yeah.
But I think the real magic is also here in the front.
Yeah, I think we kept some really important part of Škoda, like for example this typical Škoda nose, the power dome, the Škoda rating. All this together make it very Škoda.
Also, what I like is also the stack back band, because it makes the car really looking wide.
Definitely. Also, we kept the ribs, but in a modern way, because we have this lightning connecting the two shapes, the two T-shapes together.
So the vertical theme is something that also belongs to Škoda.
Yeah.
So now we look at the interior.
Let's go.
Come on, Luki, join me inside. Wow. It's a complete new architecture.
Yes, yes. I want to tell you something. We wanted to feel democratic in the design of this interior, so we were not thinking only as a designers like dashboard, but we wanted to create the entire space for all 7 passengers. Where
crew?
Yeah, yes, where everyone really matters.
Absolutely. Yeah. So this is super wide. I like this quite a lot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also with the materials, these air vents that are slim.
Yes,
super nice.
We wanted to emphasize the space. That's why this is running into the doors. And everything is underlined with this very slim and sleek air vents. And when we are talking about the modern Solid, the design of the dashboard is really divided just for 2 parts, which is representing the protectiveness and the comfort. Very simple, modern Solid. This vertical display is ideal for the clustering of the informations. So everything which you see, you have here, and everything which you operate is down.
What I like the most is the center console, because you can move this forward and up. Yeah. So if I put my elbow here, so I can easily operate on the screen. This is super fantastic. And what is good is the haptical controls will be. This is great on the steering wheel and also in the center console.
Yes, this is the best combination between the digital and physical worlds.
People love this.
Yes, and I think this perfectly fits to our modern Solid design strategy.
Absolutely. No, congratulations. Great job.
Thank you.
Škoda Peaq makes the next chapter for our brand. It is modern, resilient, and purposeful. This is Modern Solid, the future of Škoda design.
Well, I believe our riders are almost here. They are into the last few hundred meters and the finish line is approaching. Now, let's give them all a huge cheer as we get closer to the big reveal. And, well, even though it wasn't a race, I wanted to cheer them like it is a stage of the Tour de France. And they will, of course, be led by a Tour de France champion, and that is Chris Froome, who has won the Tour 4 times. Well, you can see them there out on the road. Well, I think they're getting very close now. And of course, the Camouflage Peak is there leading them in as the lead car. Well, they look like they've had a very tough ride indeed. So they're going to deserve a big round of applause when we start to see them come round and join us very shortly. Wow, that does look like it's very tough indeed. Chris, of course, well, looking like the champion that he is. He looks fairly relaxed there, and he's joined on the front with 2 lady riders. Behind him, Jiri Jezik of the Czech Republic, of course, and, well, waving to people at the side of the road. I believe they are not far away indeed. So let's see them join us very shortly. I believe they're going to be coming to the closing meters now. The Camouflage Peak is moving a little far ahead to get out of the way as they turn into the main stage here and finish under our finish line, which is the LED screen. Well, the camo car moves to the side there, the Peak, and, well, there's Chris leading in our peloton. Well, they look like they've had a day out. They are on to the final few meters here, and as they come up here. There's Chris smiling, doesn't even look out of breath, does he? I can't imagine 15 kilometers in this heat. It's amazing. We all came up by cable car, of course. These guys, well, they have ridden all the way up. Let's give a huge round of applause for Chris Froome and our peloton of Škoda riders. Chris, well done.
Wow, what an amazing experience.
It is, isn't it? Well, how were our riders out there? What was the mood on the road as you came up to the peak?
They did such an amazing job. I mean, that climb is not easy. It's got some gradients, probably up around 15% at some points. But no, everyone did a fantastic job to get up here.
Absolutely. Well done, everybody. Please give them a big round of applause. Well, Chris, you have seen many peaks in your career. Are you looking forward to seeing this peak revealed very shortly?
Very much so, very much so.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Chris, and all of our riders. It's now time for you to recover and relax. We ask you to please leave the stage because in just 1 minute, we shall see the peak uncovered and finally revealed to the world. Let's sit back and enjoy. Here we go.
Curiosity once drove a creature to walk out from the ocean and find comfort on solid ground. And what a walk it was.
Time waits for no one and everybody got to go. Think it got forever and walk around real slow. Hesitate if you want, get
500 million years later, that spirit still lives on. We keep on exploring and reaching new heights wherever we go. The all-new electric Škoda Peaq. This is the ultimate peak.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on the stage the all-new Škoda Peaq and CEO of Škoda Auto, Klaus Selmer. Klaus, what a remarkable moment. The Peaq, here we are. What are you thinking right now?
Well, this is absolutely incredible, and I think it's difficult to capture people's attention at the moment. They're all fixated on the cars, which is the purpose of such an event. We're at the peak with our car, but also metaphorically here on the mountains. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to see you, because when I see you, I'm having a good time in the Tour de France. And when I see all our friends here, I think we have something to celebrate.
Well, I think the only thing that remains now is for you to tell us what the Peaq represents for Škoda as a brand. Klaus, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're almost there. You can enter the stage in a couple of minutes, but I want to share a couple of thoughts with you, if I may. The first one is, this is also a very special moment for me personally, because this is going back 4 years when I started with Škoda. This was the first concept car that I was showing with my team 4 years ago, the Vision 7S. And it is absolutely spectacular to now see the car in real production series shape and form, ready to be sold. So this is something that is totally satisfying for us as Škodians and for me personally. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the top of the mountain. I'm having problems capturing the full focus of everybody, but I'm sure your ears are with me. Your cameras are not. That's okay. So we have this panoramic view of Lac Le Mans. And then on the other side, Simon already said it, the Mont Blanc is over there on the other side. And if you later on are finished with taking photos of the cars, go up to the roof terrace, because then you can take pictures of the Mont Blanc. So ladies and gentlemen, up here, welcome our new flagship, the Škoda Peaq. It is us climbing up to new heights, expanding boundaries. And ladies and gentlemen, what does this require? It requires dedication, work, and vision. So just like that peloton that was racing up and you saw arrive here a couple of moments ago, the Škoda Peaq stands for exactly that. It is the manifestation of Škoda's abilities to evolve, to reach higher, and to claim just a little more. To serve our customers, to offer them even more choice, also in the electric age. And we created the Peaq for people who expect more from every journey, more space, more comfort, and more freedom to explore with a sleek, timeless design. With up to 7 seats, it is the largest car we have ever created. The exceptional range of more than 640 kilometers is actually the longest range of all electric Škoda models, and the Peaq features our biggest interior and the most comfortable one. Think of it as a lounge on wheels with premium sound by Sonos. My friend Thilo is here from Sonos. And an optional relax package, all under the largest panoramic roof we have ever made. And ladies and gentlemen, once you sit down in the new Peaq, you'll see for yourselves. This is our new brand shaper. The digital user experience is centered around a new vertically mounted infotainment system. New levels of comfort also come from the front seats with ventilation, massage functions, and ergonomic leg rests that are electrically adjustable. A well-being app adjusts functions so as climate control and as ambient lighting. And overall, the Peaq brings together practicality, innovation, and a true focus on everyday life. Škoda's simply clever practical features. Bidirectional charging and one-pedal driving add even more functionality. So, this is our next chapter at Škoda. From the clarity of our modern solid design to the intuitive solutions throughout the whole vehicle. And we're doing that at an attractive price. Well, the world premiere, I know everyone is eager to hear this. When the configurator opens tomorrow, the Peaq will be available in many European markets, starting below 50,000 euro. So Škoda continues to offer true value for money in this segment, and this is an important moment for our brand. Our entry into the large electric SUV segment and a key step into our electrification journey. We promise to double our electric portfolio by 2026. With Epic and now with Peaq, we are keeping our promise. So, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to say goodbye to our live stream audience. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining us. And to those of you here on this mountaintop, I invite you to come closer, take your time to explore the car here on stage, and the others around the grounds. Thank you, and enjoy discovering the new Škoda Peaq. Thank you very much. Hmm?